Today I wanted to give you an update on an upgrade I made on this guitar. This is my new Fender HM Strat, and if you remember from the previous videos, the only real weak point of this guitar was its bridge. It came stock with a Flod Rose Special, which is really the entry level in the Flod Rose line, and I decided to replace it with a Gotoh GE1996T. So this bridge is made in Japan. It has a hardened steel, stainless steel base plate, a huge brass block, and a very nice satin finish on the top. It's supposed to be a direct replacement for a Flod Rose, and this is, to be honest, more or less the case, and I will explain why in a few moments. It cost around $150, which is well below the equivalent in the Flod Rose line. So why did I choose this bridge? I wanted an upgrade over the Flod Rose Special. The problem with the Flod Rose Special is not really that it's not holding tune. I didn't have issues with that, but it was made of a soft material, softer than the strings, and it has issues retaining them here at the base. So 2 or 3 times I had the unpleasant surprise to see my E string jump at my face, and this is not reliable enough. So I had a few different options to replace the Flod Rose Special. I could have chosen a just better bridge in the Flod Rose line, like 1000 or a Flod Rose Original. And the advantage with that is it would fit exactly in the bridge pocket here, exact same dimensions. On the other end, they are quite expensive. And I discovered this bridge, and I wanted to try it, first of all because it was Gotoh and the tuners were also Gotoh tuners stuck with this guitar. This whole guitar is made in Japan, so I thought, let's do a whole made in Japan guitar and match the bridge with the tuners. Also, it's much cheaper than the Flod Rose equivalent, and really it had a nice design with a satin finish here, a rounded finish, so it's very comfortable for the palm of your hand. The only issue with this bridge is that I didn't know if it was really going to fit this guitar, meaning are the studs the same distance than for the Flod Rose Special? Are the bushings of the stud the same height, the same width? Do I have basically to take a saw and route again the guitar? Is this routing going to fit the tremolo? Is it not too long for the guitar? Because if it's too long, then I won't be able to, pull the bridge anymore. So that could be an issue. So really, this video is not about how to install this bridge. It's not a tutorial about how to do that. First, because there are several options to do it. And also, I thought what was really valuable was a feedback about the right question you should ask if you want to consider buying this bridge. So now let's take a more detailed look at the guitar. So this is the new bridge. You can see it has a very nice satin sheen here, black satin. And these parts are also curved, meaning it's very comfortable when you put your hand on top of it. It's not hurting your arm. It's very comfortable. The arm is a pop-in, but there is also an internal threading. I don't know if you can see it. So you can also, this way, screw it in, and then it will stay very strong, and I think it transmits better the vibrations of the tremolo. So if you are in a hurry, you can just leave it as a pop-it and not screw it in. Now let's check the other side of the guitar. You can see it has a huge brass block, very heavy and very nice detail. You have screws here to retain the springs, so you are sure this will never jump out of the block. Now let's talk of the real issue we have to address when installing this bridge. And it all comes down to these studs. These are the original studs that came with the Flod Rose Special. Like this and like this with this, if I unscrew it all the way, right? And this is the stud that comes with the Gotoh bridge. So you can see it's much longer. It's also wider, not a lot, maybe 1 millimeter, but that's enough. So the issue with this bridge, with these studs, I mean, is you now have to make a choice. So you can see even the threading is not the same. So really it's two different systems. So now you have three choices, basically. The first one is keep the original soft material studs that came with the Flod Rose Special and change the bridge. And this is a bad idea. Why? Because this is a soft material and this bridge has a very hard base plate made of stainless steel, meaning the stainless steel will slowly but surely grind the studs on their weakest point here, and eventually it will break. The second option is the most complicated one, is to change and route your guitar to put the studs that Gotoh recommends. The problem is, if I want to install these, I have to drill holes, like deeper holes, wider holes in my guitar, and frankly, I'm not ready to do that. The third option is basically it's the intermediary solution. It's good enough, and that's the one I chose. Basically is I can just buy the studs from the Flod Rose original, which are also stainless steel, around $30, and I can use then the Gotoh bridge, meaning I will now have studs which are strong enough to match the vibrations of the Gotoh bridge. And I think that's the best solution. Now there is a small variant, because you can decide to change only the studs here to the stainless steel studs, or you can remove the bushings that were in the guitar and change everything here, the studs and the bushing. I decided to go with this solution, which is like the best of my intermediary solution, because then I will be sure that all the pieces here are the same material. They are stainless steel, the studs, the bushing, and the base plate. And I think this is very important to know if you decide to go with this bridge, is make that decision. Do you want to drill your guitar and put the stud that Gotoh recommends, or do you want to go with the studs from a Flod Rose original, which are also stainless steel, but have the advantage of having the same exact dimensions as the Flod Rose Special? So there you are. You now have all the information you need to decide if this Gotoh bridge would be a good match for your guitar. In my case, it ended up perfectly. There is no issue with the Flod Rose studs and the Gotoh tremolo. The longest screw here fits just perfectly inside the cavity, so this is something you may want to check. Or you can buy shorter screws because they are very long on the Gotoh. But apart from that, I'm very happy with this upgrade. So now it's time to play. you.